I think when it comes to, I mean, our business is entirely centered around data. But when it comes to making leadership and executive level decisions about either how to expand, how to give customers more value, one of the mantras that I think has proven to be very valuable is to try and make data informed decisions as opposed to data confirmed decisions. In the sense that now there's so much data available to validate any opinion that you may have about any market or any approach, right? So sometimes it's easy to just say, listen, Botswana is a tiny country, like you were saying, and Dile has 4 million people who read there. That's double the population of Botswana. So nobody really wants to go into that market because it's quite tiny. But in our experience, if you actually went into the market, the same product in a market like Botswana, because of all the supporting fundamentals that are there, you are able to make more in a market that is less than 2 million people than, let's say, in a Cameroon or even in a Ghana where there's population in excess of 30, right? So it is very important that in terms of making the decisions, you actually have validated data that match the realities on the ground and not, like Tendai said, sit behind a ChatGPT or Google it, right? One of the assumptions that typically people make is that expansion equals more countries, but sometimes it's not as straightforward as that, right? It's about what stage you are in, right? In that particular instance, the smarter scale is deeper density in fewer markets. I think what I observed is that in this phase of the market, the PR, I don't like to call it PR, but the storytelling has shifted from more hype generation to more like expectation management, right? You now have to sort of you have to talk about how you have to ground it in the realities, right? In the earlier cycles, PR would be rewarded with bold narratives about your total addressable market, the Pan-African scale, the user growth. Today, those narratives can backfire if they're outpacing your operational reality. Yeah, and I think 2025 taught us that scaling in Africa is less about, speed and more about stability, stable rails, stable partnerships, stable unit economics, and stable capital. The winners are not the loudest, storytellers.
Yeah.
They're the ones who also embed, the boring stuff.